Well, yesterday the van had to go into the garage to Mercedes for a recall for an engine remapping. Thing is, when it went in, the water tanks weren't leaking. When it came out, the water tanks were leaking. So this morning's task is to try and repair the damage that they may or may not have done. So my water tank system basically is a large underslung tank. This is a plan view, which sits, now I think that's about 140 litres, and that sits just underneath the van behind the rear axle. This was the largest sort of standard tank that I could get. So what I also had was a separate auxiliary tank made up, which sits a bit further back, and I think that's about 40 litres as well. So I've got about 100, it might be a bit more than that. So I've got about 180 litres of water I can carry if I was to carry an absolutely maximum full tanks. Now these two are connected by a little pipe, which so the one feeds into the other. Now the leak I have found is here. Okay, so here we are under the van. This is the main tank I was showing you. This is the smaller auxiliary tank, and you can see the pipe here. You can see it actually dripping at the moment. So I'll have a look when I take it off, but basically I need to take this pipe off, cut a new one and refit it. So here we have our new hose. Check that's the right dimensions. I can reuse these. So reuse those. Let's just get a similar length. So I have the insulation over the pipe, just leaving it clear at the ends so that I can get the O-rings on. I then have some thermal tape I put round there. Okay, so I was just fitting this piece, which I cut to the same length as the previous piece. It really seems to be stressing it. It's just really bending it a lot to get that, and I'm sure it's supposed to do that, but I think I'm actually just going to cut a slightly longer piece and give it a little bit so it can flex a little bit more. Okay, so that's my first pass at fitting the pipe. I'm now going to fill the tanks with water and see what happens. But I don't know if you can hear the gurgling sound. That means it's going through. But I think I just spotted a drip. So let's see what happens. Yeah, there was another drip. So in the end I was only partially successful. It's fitted. It's not leaking, but it has a small drip. However, I've been at it 2.5 hours. I am cold, I am wet, and I am really fed up. So as it's just a drip and the tanks are actually full, I dare say they'll there's no point me just emptying it all. It's just a waste. I might as well just use it and let it drip and slowly disappear, and then come back to it again when the tanks are emptier. But it'll be the same process over again. Anyway, for now though, I am cold and hungry, so I'm going to go and get some food and hopefully warm up a bit.